Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, guys, thanks for being here. Practice 9 today. Got some really good work, I think, preparing for our second scrimmage. Did a lot of red zone work today, which, you know, you're always trying to work those situational football. You know, I think, you know, playing good football is about understanding the situation, whether it's third down, red zone, open field, backed up, whatever it is. And I know, you know, our job is to put them in those situations before we get ready to play a game and see how we react, plus to give them an idea of what our philosophy is. You know, each and every scenario has got a different mindset from what we're trying to accomplish, okay? Like, you know, if we want to say, hey, red zone and third downs, quarterbacks, here's what we're thinking, touchdowns or checkdowns, right? So we're going to kick a field goal or whatever. Just remind them of those situations, trying to prepare them, give them the different looks. Really, the last 2 days, I've really been excited how we come out offensively and really practice, you know, and really with some energy, some attitude, good body language. That's good to see, and today was no different. I thought we got a lot done today. We're making progress. Obviously, still got a long ways to go with play. I guess we're in a bounce house 3 weeks from tonight, which is really exciting. Also understanding that we got a lot of work to do between now and then, but I really like our approach offensively, and we definitely got better today, which is what you want to do, stack days on top of each other, and we did a nice job of that today. So from that, we'll take any questions you got.
Looking at the quarterback competition, what do you see from the guys in Sunday's scrimmage, and maybe what did you want to continue to do this week to improve, you know, that you want to see on Saturday when you scrimmage again?
Yeah, I thought Sunday we made good decisions. You know, obviously we didn't have any turnovers, which was always good, and we put the ball where it was supposed to be for the most part. You know, some of our one-on-one throws down the field, we've got to locate the ball a little better in certain situations, give our guys a better chance to get their hands on it. And a lot of that's about timing, trajectory, and knowing the guy that you're throwing to and so forth. And a little tough and sometimes in fall camp because you're rotating guys, and obviously we're rotating quarterbacks. So, but really was pleased with their decision making. They took the ball, took care of the ball, didn't put it in jeopardy. And you know, like I said last Sunday in the scrimmage, it was a rotating scrimmage. We were really trying to see the block and tackle. At the same time, when you get one-on-one opportunities, we got to take advantage of it. But I thought they handled the offense well. I thought they got us in and out of plays when we needed to. Just one or two little mistakes here or there up front, you know, communication-wise, we cleaned up this week. But both guys are competing well, and Thomas Castellanos is really, I think, matured. Him getting here early in January, you can see it night and day from spring to now, and that's what you want to see. You know, when you work in the summer, and then now we're in fall camp, and he just looks more confident and excited about his progress. The other two guys are steady. They're both really competing at a high level. They're both locked in, dialed in. Obviously, it wouldn't be when you're competing for that. But I'm pleased with their progress too, and we'll see how scrimmage plays out Saturday.
When you're so focused on two guys competing for the starting job, how is it challenging to kind of keep Tommy focused, or what do you work with him on, I guess?
You know, not really. Thomas is good thing about him. He's really a self-motivated guy. I think the other two guys have had a great impact on Thomas, which is what you want in your room, because he's watched those guys prepare. His demeanor and attitude in meetings really from spring to now is night and day. You know, he kind of understands how to prepare, taking notes and studying the installs the night before. Now, you know, those are things that he's learning by watching the other guys. But no, we evaluate them each and every play, grade them, and spend time, an equal amount of time really with Thomas. You know, with him, he's got some work with the blacks and time with the black group, which is our second group too. So all in all, really pleased with all three of them having made progress.
Coach, from where you sit, obviously you're over the offense, but you're the one that has to play against the defense upcoming. Been a lot of talk about the defensive front coming in to this preseason. From your perspective, what improvement have you seen calling plays against them from that group?
Yeah, you know, I think that, I mean, they're playing. They got a little more depth now, I think, from the spring, which has allowed those guys to you know, rotate guys in. And I think the newcomers we brought in on that side of the ball, just like on offense, I know we're expecting them to have a role and help us. From what I can tell on the other side, I feel like we got a little more depth on that side of the ball at deep, you know, up front as well as at linebacker. So I like what I see from them as well. You know, our job each and every day on each side of the ball is to push each other, and they bought into that, which is good. Learning how to practice together, take care of each other, but at the same time give a great look. And you know, if you watch TV now, even all around the NFL, guys, you know, that don't learn how to that don't know how to practice, they usually don't last, right? If they're on the ground or get around the quarterback, usually they're out pretty quick. So, you know, our guys have done a nice job, I think, of learning how to practice, and that's what we're here for, to challenge each other every day.
Coach, Mikey's talked about putting on 10 pounds since spring. How have you seen that translate on the practice field?
Yeah, he's definitely, Coach Dawson's done a nice job. Yeah, I think Mikey's really focused on, diet and trying to do that, but put on good weight as well. All of that will help him build his core and make it where he can drive the ball better, maybe down the field or throws outside the hash. Mikey's a smart guy, so usually he knows where to go with the ball pretty quick. That's kind of his niche, so to speak. And I've had some guys like him before like that really understand and anticipate, know where to put the ball. So I think the weight's a good thing for him. Obviously, he was an 18-year-old freshman last year, thrust into the fire, so to speak, handled it pretty well, and I think he's continuing to take the next steps.
How have you seen him be more mature in leading the team?
Yeah, probably just confidence. I think with on the sideline, giving him the play, letting him take the huddle before we go out on the field and call the play, and demanding that those guys stay there. Both of those, really, and Thomas has done nice with his group too. But both those older guys, they play both of them, and they kind of have that presence about them that I think you got to have as a quarterback. And you can see that. I think just the confidence in him. Obviously, I wasn't here with him last year, but being a young freshman, I can imagine at first he was probably worried about what he was doing. Now he's worried about that group as a unit. So just maturity, I think, just continuing to grow.
Besides getting bigger and stronger with Mikey, what areas maybe did you want to see improve on since the spring, and are you seeing some things materialize now here in camp?
Yeah, going into spring, I know the emphasis for us was, okay, we got to make some plays with our feet. We got to understand how to be elusive in the pocket when they give you, when the look's not there, understanding the protection, which way we're sliding, who's working to who, so we have an idea when we shuffle or move in the pocket that we can get out at the right time and making good decisions on when to run and when not to run. That's always the key. And then I think the next step of that is when you leave the pocket, being able to keep your eyes up and see down the field. A lot of big plays are made on plays that break down or that are off schedule, so to speak. So I think those are the things we kind of emphasized on him. Each quarterback, they got their own skill set. They are what they are, and I think the big thing is we want to maximize that, use it to their ability or to the best of their ability. And I know Mikey's, I think he's progressed in that area for sure too.
Do you know if the quarterbacks will be live on Saturday?
Coach hadn't told me anything different on that, so we don't see today's what, Thursday? Yeah, so I'm not sure yet. That'd be Coach's call.
They weren't live in the first scrimmage. Does that limit what John Rice Plumlee can showcase at all?
I don't think so. I think it limits all of them. They all are good enough to make plays, whether it's on read or whether it's moving in the pocket. But at the end of the day, like right now, we're just installing. We're not really game planning. So for me, and just me personally, it's about, are their eyes in the right place? Do they know where to go with the ball? Whether or not they tag them or they're down or not, we can argue that all. It's always an argument going on during scrimmage. The D-line coach wants them down, the quarterback coach wants them down. He didn't get him. And then you go back and look at the film, and most of the time, obviously, they didn't get him, but that's the way I see it anyway. But no, I just think, for me, that's not the focus. The focus is on, can our quarterbacks make good decisions? Do they get the protection right, especially on third downs? Do they know where to go with the ball? And are they doing it with a sense of urgency? Because I don't want to hold the football. I want to get the ball out quickly.
It's been a couple of years since John Rice was playing quarterback before he got here in the spring. How have some of the quarterback stuff come along? He was a great athlete, making right decisions, going through his progressions. How has he improved, and what are you seeing?
Yeah, he's improved tremendously from early spring to now. I forget now that he wasn't a quarterback, so I think we've accomplished that and gotten over that hump. It don't matter if you played a lot or not. When you come into our offense, there is a learning curve there, whether it's just terminology or whether it's, hey, we ran this play a little different at my other school, and now we think this way or whatever it is. But now I would say that we're past that now. I think it's just a matter of refining his each and every opportunity he gets. Whoever leads our team the best and whoever we feel gives us the best chance to win. And then this is college football. Once you play, you have to keep your job too. So it's not like whoever we decide is our quarterback and the other guy's done forever. You better be ready to go. I'm not sure this time last year Mikey thought he might not play at all. So in 1 year I played 5 quarterbacks in one season, which was really a nightmare. But you just never know. So all of them are going to be prepared to play, and that's kind of my job.
Coach, you mentioned competition, and in this time of year in scrimmages, that's expected a lot during the players. There might be some banter on that front too. But between you and T-Will, amongst the coaches, what kind of banter do you see, especially since the term defense dominating was what was coming out of that first scrimmage? What kind of banter is going on between you guys?
defense really dominated. Do we really know that? But no, I'm kidding. Me and T were very close. We have fun going back and forth at each other. Got a lot of respect for him. He's doing a great job. Obviously, the improvement our defense made last year was tremendous. And from the looks I can see, we're going to do the same thing this year. And it's fun to compete, go against each other. Really, a lot of times trying to get our guys going, and we want them to see that, but also to see the big picture of, hey, we're all a team, we're all the same team. Because 3 weeks from tonight, all that stuff ain't gonna matter. But you got to do some things. Camp's a grind. And a lot of our young players, I think they struggle with that. The day in and day out meetings, walkthroughs, practice. Okay, one off day here, but next morning we're back at it, and handling that. You got guys out there like Bowser. He's been through this a million times. Different. He understands it's a marathon, not a sprint. But our younger players, I think it takes some time for them to understand that. But so you got to do things to keep it going, and competition's great, and the competition will keep going back and forth, and Saturday will be another opportunity.
How would you describe the chemistry you see developing between the quarterbacks and wide receivers?
Yeah, it's better. For sure, it's better. We have had a couple guys limited in practice, so with different things, so that takes its toll. It's definitely something that as a quarterback, you're trying to develop that timing right, the little nuances of the routes that certain guys have and certain guys don't. That's real. So as much as we can, we're trying to get those, Mikey and John Rice with the guys that we think. And really, after Saturday, it'll tell us a whole lot of who really is ready to play at every position, but for sure, wide out. I think the guys, you're talking about Javon and Kobe being brand new, O'Keefe, obviously we've had some reps with him, or Mikey has for sure, but that timing is something we're still continuing to work on. And a lot of times, sometimes that's on the field, but it's also sitting in the film room with each other like we do. It's a skill group going, what were you thinking here? No, what were you thinking here? That's a huge thing for us. We do a lot of that, and hopefully that helps too.
Building on that concept, how do you feel about the chemistry developing between the running backs and the O-linemen, right? Got some guys last year who were hurt, some guys that are missing from last year, Cole Schneider and Tatum.
Yeah.
How's that going?
I think it's going great. I think, if you look at the running backs we have, obviously with Bowser coming back and Johnny coming back, 2 veteran guys. RJ obviously missed last year. I've really been pretty impressed with him. He's got a burst. I really like. He runs with low center of gravity. Obviously, we know Bowser and Johnny; those guys are battle tested. And then Mark Anthony was coming along. I like him. Jordan McDonald's coming on. We've got a group of young backs there that I really like. So, the big thing for those guys, I know Coach Harris is focusing on is are their eyes in the right place, are their steps right, is their aiming point right, and the rest of it kind of takes care of itself. But it's good to have at least 3 guys we know played a lot up front, and I think the guys we put there was Swoboda and Tyler Grable, and also Paul. Paul's been here. That combination, I think, is going to be good for us.
At receiver, Javon Baker, what kind of skill set does he provide? We've heard some of the guys mention him early on.
Yeah, he's really talented, big physical guy, can run, really competes for the ball, I would say. That's what sticks out to me is he's really good at going and attacking the ball with his hands. That really sticks out. Obviously, he's still kind of figuring some things out, too, from the standpoint of terminology and exactly what this route would look like versus that coverage. But you can tell he's a really talented guy. It's just getting him, up to speed on kind of the way we do.
So, Coach, do you hope to come out of Saturday with a starter clearly defined?
That'd be Coach's decision. You kind of know when you know, I think, and I know he said that before, but he's right. And right now, both guys, I couldn't sit here and tell you they're both having good days, and they're both pushing each other. We can win with both of them, and I think we can win with all 3. Tommy keeps progressing like he is, and I know one thing: whoever we decide is the starter, the team's going to be behind them. And then, like I told you, guys got to play well. He's got to play well and do well to keep your job. But that's at any position. The quarterback's the one that gets obviously magnified. But I'm excited about both of them.
Coach, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.